Welcome to celebrating summer within our bodies. It has been one of those homeschool mommy days, and I filmed this, and something technical issues happened, and it didn't save. But oh my goodness, so I'm on here, and I'm peppy because I'm with you. Sometimes, and I just want to do hashtag real talk, mommy talk. We're going to come up with our own hashtag at part of the Four Seasons homeschooling group. You are going to have really amazing days, and it's going to flow. And your intent could be, it's going to flow. This is going to be an amazing day. And it can be like, blah. So I want you to let you know that, one, I'm so grateful that you're with me and that we're doing this together. And we're part of this club that is just here to support and just love us. But also just, even my days aren't perfect. And so I just want you to know, like, give yourself grace and peace and ease. So I just wanted to put that out. But I also wanted to welcome you to Pirate Cove. And this is literally in our backyard. So before we get into the nitty gritty of what summer within our body means, especially as moms, and how we can support our seedlings. Do you guys like that word? Yeah, I think that's going to be the new word for us. And I think as moms, I want us to call us like the tree or something to signify, because coming into becoming a woman, like, we become the trees. But I did want to invite you to Pirates Cove because the beautiful part about homeschooling is that we don't really have any sort of schedule. It is probably the busiest. I work 7 days a week. I used to. And I used to put in 14-hour days. And I am busier now than I have ever been in my whole entire life. And you will often hear people that have never, families that have never homeschooled, say, oh, you must be bored. And I got that a lot, and my feelings used to be hurt, being like, what am I doing wrong? Because being busy is nothing that I brag about. I do not, I think society has got that completely backwards. We should be bragging about how relaxed we are and peaceful we are, and not how, like, busy we are, right? So I want you to remember that summer, and that's why you're in my Pirate Cove, summer within your body is all about celebration, right? It's about opening up. And so that's what we did for Sophia, being homeschooled. Nope, we don't have the opportunity necessarily to go to other places, especially being a one income family. And so we created Pirates Cove. We got all of this. At some point I will show you the whole way around, but we have 2 ships. We have walking the plank. We have a plank. We have a stage for her to dance because she's a dancer. We've got hammocks all over. We've got the fire pit. So it feels amazing back here. And our vision is to be able to create, if you didn't know, I worked for Disney, so I kind of have that feeling about that. And in the back, we're going to do like a Christmas town, and we have old golf clubs and that sort of thing. So we're going to do like a miniature little golf course for her. Everything that we have is from here, or I get them for free. So I want to let you know that you also can create, and I often do this. What are you missing in your world? What are you missing that you can bring onto wherever you live? If you live in an apartment, what could you do with a room? We created an outside movie theater, but maybe, every once in a while you could make a room look like a movie theater and treat it like a movie theater. So summer within your body is all about celebration, and celebration means different for all of us. So welcome to Pirate Cove. And again, I'm just so happy to be with you. I really needed this today. So we went from spring within our bodies, right? And it was all about that nourishment and replenishment. And it was also about just planting seeds, like how is your month gonna look? And I hope you really enjoyed that process of making the flowers and really thinking about how you want this month to go for you and your seedling. And so now, as we planted the seeds, now it's time for us to bring it to light, to allow it to grow. We're going to talk about weeding the garden. And then what does that look like, and where is that cycle of power for us during the summer within our bodies? We're also here to connect. So you can connect virtually, and your child can connect virtually. You can do that in person, whatever you feel comfortable with. This is the time to connect. This is the time that Sophia and I, we celebrate pen pals, and she works on her writing skills. And I'll talk more about that with them, and we'll get into a little of the nitty gritty, but it's all about connection. And again, that's interpreted, that's your free will to go, I wonder how I can connect with others, with plants, with animals, in a very special way for the next 3 to 5. We're going to celebrate 5 days. Summer within our bodies is anywhere from 3 to 5 days, and that would be your ovulation time. And so really celebrating that ovulation is all about being magnetic, right? And it's all about connecting. And I can kind of give you a story with this. Have you ever been to, I know this has happened, have you ever been to, like, walked into a store or to a restaurant and you're like, oh my God, why is everybody looking at me? Do I have a booger? Like, do I have my dress tucked in my underwear? That has totally happened to me in high school. That was so embarrassing. And you're like, oh my gosh. And sometimes it really is your skirt's tucked into your nylons, right? Or you do have a booger on your face. But 9 times out of 10, it is because you are in your ovulation phase. It's that biological mechanism. People are magnetized. You can say anything and it's magic. And that is the whole human race, procreation, like that is the point of ovulation. And so that is our actual cycle of power, is just magnetized. And that's when we really want to be out and we want to socialize. And if you think to yourself, like throughout a month, like there are times you're like, I love to be out and about. And then there's times that I don't want to see anybody and I want to become a hermit. That's biology. And you'll notice the men in your life, the boys and men, they'll kind of go through that, but it's a daily process. So they have it throughout the day, where we have it for days. They'll have it for hours. They'll have it throughout the day for hours, but we have it for the full day. That's why we are in such awesome balance. Men and women just create this beautiful harmony together when both are aware of where their flow is. Yeah, so it's all about celebrating you. I'm just looking through my notes, making sure I've said everything for you. Yeah, so one point I wanted to bring up, a big point is, this is the time to have really challenging conversations. So if you have a conversation you need to have with your child about a situation or about an issue, wait for your ovulation phase. And it's all because of hormones, and we'll talk about that, where you don't have to worry about finding the right words. They will just be there, and the person will be receptive. Again, it's all part of just biology. So this is the time to have deep conversations with family members, with friends, with your children. If there's anything deep that you really need to talk about, or if you need something that, and you're a little shy, you need to get a raise or whatever that is. So that is that time. This is the time to do it. You can do it outside of these 5 days, but you will notice there will be more friction, more arguments, misunderstandings, that sort of thing. So you and your seedling will be celebrating literally 5 days of summer within your body. And I can't wait to talk to them about it, because it's so exciting. So when we talk about the significance of the summer season within our bodies, the main principle that I want you to take from all of this is Catherine Northrup really did this so well and said this so beautifully. She calls it egg wisdom. I know. And she's written books, and I really got to know her when I had my office in Yarmouth, and she had Yarmouth, Maine, and she had a practice in Yarmouth, Maine. And so egg wisdom. This is such cool science. So this is actual science. This isn't anything that's been made up, or this isn't theory. Like, this is actual science. We are led to believe throughout, and I took many for my own field. I took many biology courses and that sort of thing. They never taught this. We are always led to believe that when the sperm comes to the egg, it becomes fertilized. That is not necessarily what happens. It's the strongest sperm that makes it. That's true. The strongest sperms make it. It is the egg that says yes and allows that sperm to penetrate into the egg. And if the egg is like, yep, I choose you, the egg will actually repair the sperm so that it's perfect for her, for the egg, and then the sperm will actually is allowed in. So she will take care of the sperm. Oh, I see a little something here. Let me fix that for you. Then you can enter. The egg thinks. What? That blew my mind when I understood that very principle. So this is the time to not just shine, but decide and make real decisions on what is being brought into your radar, into your tiny seedlings radar. There's so much information out there in the world. There's so much knowledge. There's so much at our fingertips, right? We have cell phones and computers, and there's just so much that's out there. So it is up to you to decide which information is going to come in for yourself and for your little one. And this is the time to do it. There are people and places that might not be healthy for you both. There are also ideas that maybe you had that you're like, you know what, if I pursue those ideas that maybe you and your seedling decided in your spring phase of your cycle, and then you start to implement them, and you might be like, nope, this isn't a good idea. This doesn't feel good. This is wrong. You're able to eliminate it, right? So this is the time for you to decide what you're going to let in and what you're not going to get in. And the metaphor that I'd like to use is, this is the time to weed out your garden. You planted the seed. Now the seed is starting to grow, and if you do not clear all that yucky information, or all that information that should not be coming in, or, you know what, like, that's great knowledge, but that's not for me right now, it's time to weed the garden so that your creations can actually grow. So some, you'd be like, they need to be on hold, and that's okay. Or there's some information that's like, that's nice, but I'll let somebody else have that information. Or there could be people, places, and information, because this also goes for people. There might be people that are like, great, they were great for me then, but they're not great for me now. Places, oh, that place was great, and now it's not. Knowledge, all of that information. And then be like, you know what, I really need to weed this out so that I can have this other thing grow. It's all about choices, right? All right, so spend time weeding out that garden so that those few seeds that you planted really has an opportunity to grow. All right, we're at the end of our 15 minutes, so there will be the part 2, and we will get more into movement and all the other goody things that comes to summer. Can't wait to see you on the other side. See you soon.